SG 15, Initiation in Srila Jagannatha Dasa Babaji. Initiation in Srila Jagannatha Dasa Babaji. The Thakura was feeling an urgent need to take initiation from some suitable guru. He relates, I had been searching for a suitable guru for a long time, but I did not obtain one. I was very unhappy. I was feeling very anxious, and in a dream Mahaprabhu diminished my unhappiness. In that dream I received a little hint. That very day I became happy. 1 or 2 days later Gurudeva wrote a letter to me saying, I will soon come and give you Diksha. After this, V.P. Navihari Goswami visited the Thakura at Narayal and gave him Vaishnava Diksha. V.P. Navihari Goswami was a family descendant of Srila Vanshivadananda Thakura, an associate of Lord Chaitanya who was given the charge of caring for Lord Chaitanya's mother and wife after the Lord took sannyasa. He was a disciplic descendant in a line coming from Janavadevi, the wife of Lord Nityananda. The Thakura has written at the end of Srimad Bhagavatar Kamarya Chimala, V.P. Navihari Prabhu Mama Prabhu Varahu Sri Vanshivadananda Vanshashash Adara. My exalted spiritual master, V.P. Navihari Prabhu, is the brilliant moon in the family of Sri Vanshivadananda. At the end of the Thakura's commentary on Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita he has also written, V.P. Navihari Hari, Torah Shakti Yuvatori V.P. Navihari Prabhu Varahu Sri Guru Goswami Rupe, Dikhi More Bhavakupe. Udhorila Apanaki Inkara. The eminent V.P. Navihari Prabhu, who is the manifestation of the transcendental energy of Lord Hari, who sports in the forests of Raja, has descended in the form of the spiritual preceptor. Seeing me in the dark well of worldly existence, he has delivered this humble servant of his. In 1881, towards the close of the Thakura's stay in Narayal, he felt inspired to go again to Vrindavan, which he had last visited in 1866. He set out on a 3-month pilgrimage along with his wife, Lulita Prasad, then a small child, and 2 servants. After arriving he began to suffer from fever, and so he prayed to the Lord to relieve him for the duration of his stay in the Dhamma, and afterwards, if he liked, he could again purify him with fever. The fever vanished. While he was in Vrindavan he associated with different sadhus. He took prasadam at the Kunja garden of Rupa Dasa Babaji, and there he heard the Dashashloki of Nimbarakashoraya, the great leader of the disciplic succession coming from Lakshmi, or Shri. He also met Srila Jagannatha Dasa Babaji Maharaja for the first time. The Babaji gave many spiritual instructions to the Thakura, and he later became the instructing guru of the Thakura and an instrumental figure in the discovery of the birth site of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Jagannatha Dasa Babaji divided his time in later years between Sri Vrindavana Dhamma and Sri Mayapura Dhamma, 6 months in one and 6 months in the other. He was the spiritual leader of the Gaudiya Vaishnava community in Navadvipa and a perfectly realized soul. He became increasingly important to the Thakura as a source of spiritual inspiration and direction, and therefore in the listing of our line of disciplic succession as given by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakura, he reckons the Shiksha link between his father and Srila Jagannatha Dasa Babaji to be of paramount importance. Relegating his Diksha relationship with V.P. Navihari Goswami to a lesser status by omission. V.P. Navihari Goswami initially enjoyed a very sweet relationship with the Thakura, but later he is said to have been neglected by the Thakura due to a disagreement about the position of Raghunatha Dasa Goswami. He also assisted the Thakura in his preaching work, but his spiritual advancement was not at the same level as the commander-in-chief of the Vaishnavas, as Srila Jagannatha Dasa Babaji came to be called by Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakura. See Leves Ohfa Vaishnava Acharyas, Volume III. For the biography of Srila Jagannatha Dasa Babaji Maharaja, while traveling in the Dhamma to places like Radhakunda, Govardhana, etc., the Thakura came to know of a band of Dacoits, bandits, called the Kanjhars. Pandit Satkari Chattopadhyaya Siddhanta Bhushan writes, these powerful bandits spread all over the roads surrounding that holy place and used to work havoc on innocent pilgrims for the purpose of extorting the last farthing they possessed. We cannot possibly recount how many murders were committed by these brutes to gain their selfish ends, as these accounts hardly come to light in facts and figures. It was said that these ruffians had at their back some unscrupulous persons who had the authority and power over the people. It was through his undaunted will and untiring labor for several months that the whole fact was brought to the notice of government, and a special commissioner appointed to crush the whole machinery set up by these Kanjhars against the innocent pilgrims. The result was marvelous, and the name of the Kanjhars has forever been extirpated from the earth. In his autobiography, the Thakura humbly gives this event a very brief mention. Going by Palanquin, I took darshan of Radha Kunda and Govardhana. There I experienced the spitefulness of the Kanjhars, so I made arrangements to put an end to it.